Summer has truly arrived at our Off Grid homestead. The woodland is in full leaf, and the longer days make those early morning jobs feel like less of a chore. As always, there's lots of projects on the go.
You know people watch jet wash porn? Is this doing it for anyone? So a while ago now, we decided that we were going to get some meat birds.
What do you do with the mask?
And we looked at Ross and Cobb. And they're a fast growing bird that are ready to process in 12 weeks. And it sounds great because you think, okay, we can get a few goes at that in the year. We can load our freezer up with birds during the summer months when everything's growing well. And it all sounded good until I started reading they go off their legs at 6 weeks. Their bones can't hold their meaty bodies up anymore because they're growing so fast. They're designed to just grow meat. They just eat all the time and they don't move very much. But then they have heart attacks and also respiratory problems, so not really desirable in a flu year. So then you start to think, well, actually, how does that look when it comes to eating that bird? You're picking through birds that look half dead. Some of them are already died. And then you've got to sit down and eat your roast knowing that these poor things have been really struggling. So we looked at other breeds after that, and one of the best meat birds apparently was a French type of bird called La Bresse. And so we've got some of those in the incubator. We've got 24 eggs in our incubator right now, but that's 5 months as opposed to just 12 weeks. So our La Bresse meat birds aren't going to be ready for some time yet, and they won't be going in there just yet, but we've got some young birds that we've bred ourselves that are for eggs, and they will be going in there. And so they're kind of testing it out and getting introduced to the larger flock before they get released and are free to roam. But they get moved every day, so they get fresh grass and everything, so they're quite happy in there, and it just keeps them safe because there is a pecking order. Taylor had to go home and live his life, and I got a new helper.
There's no one like you, my little girl. Your eyes so blue under those brown curls.
So I'm going to be installing a water system for the chickens.
Installing?
Huh?
What's installing?
Installing, fitting in, putting in.
Oh, that's interesting.
Thank you. Installing. Yeah, I'm going to be installing a chicken. It's like these little cups, and so we've got these little hose clips, or hose, not clips really, little brackets that you put on the frame. We've got loads of this stuff everywhere, and we've all the screws and everything. We've had the tanks that we used for the water before. All this stuff. This is guttering from my brother's house when he had his guttering replaced, or it was off of a shed or something.
Who's your brother?
Aaron.
Oh. And do you have
And
dad?
Clarence. Yeah, Grandad.
And who's your mummy?
There's Nanny.
And who's my mummy?
Your mummy. Who's your mummy?
And who's Albie's daddy?
So, that's the plan. We're going to cut that into a length. Got 6 of these things that you just screw a hole in and you have this little cup that fills up. These aren't actually supposed to be for this sort of thing, and I couldn't find anything that was just a metal screwing job that should just go into pipe. You can buy the pipe with threaded fittings already, and I didn't realise that. I was hoping I could come up with something, even have like I was thinking of having like a barrel on the back or one of those thin tubs that could lay along the side of this and just screw into that and use some wing nuts on it. But they're so expensive for some of those flat tanks that are like in camper vans and things. Talking £180 or something like that for a plastic container. It's just insane. So I didn't go with that. So we're trying to do this cheaply.
To me?
No, sweetheart, I'm talking to the camera up there. Thank you, darling. Yeah. I prefer to have black pipe for this. This is what we had loads of, so that's what I'm going to use. So we've got this water pipe. Use the clips, the hose,
Are you talking to yourself?
brackets. I'm talking to the camera, darling.
Oh.
So that should just gravity feed our little drinkers. So after various days and hours of trying to get on and do this chicken tractor, it eventually got finished. And if you've got a load of old rubbish laying around, you can build it too.
Elsewhere on the homestead, some of the food we've been growing is ready to harvest.
And you.
I was never the one to write up a song for just anyone. I was always the one to find myself lost in long conversations. Oh, 'cause I've always been told that things will unfold if you keep on waiting. But then you came along and proved me all wrong. I was so mistaken. 'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby. I was never the one to give up the ghost. No, I was so stuck. I kept on playing my part, wanting to give up 'cause nothing was changing. But with you it's so clear, and now that you're here I see colors in every spectrum. Guess I finally learned my lesson. 'Cause you glue all the pieces back together. Yeah, you take all my wrongs and make them better. Yeah, you're making me wanna try forever. And I feel so free, oh my sweet baby.
Good boy. Put the basket. See it. Keep doing that. 10 minutes.
Sadly, we aren't the only ones who've been harvesting in the polytunnel.
So the cauliflowers are getting nibbled as well, and the problem with that is, and we've done this for 2 years now running, they get a mass of leaves on them, and we snap the leaves off, and it stresses the plant, and then you get your cauliflower. So you can stagger your cauliflower in stages, so you don't have all big cauliflowers come up at once. Now farmers, they want that to happen all at the same time,
we need a
but we
box
prefer to stagger it so we have a fresh cauliflower, and it really does work. Well, we haven't had to do that this year because the rabbit's done it for us, but he's done it too early, so we are having cauliflowers that are about the size of a 50p piece come up, rather than great big cauliflowers that we've had in the past. So we've got to find this rabbit before we plant anything else.
Yes. What's the plan?
just work from one side and try and work around, and if we can sort of check this area first, then look outside under things, because we've seen it before. We've moved a bit of plastic, or it's also used the edge of the plastic on the outside as a burrow. One of them are caught them that way.
And it likes the broad beams as well, doesn't it?
It
So
hides,
last time it hid in the broad
it
beams.
just sits there and hides. And my stash. It's the slugs. It's cost a fortune.
Slugs drink more than we do.
They do. This has been the worst year for pests, and I think everyone's talking about it. The whole of Europe is covered in slugs and snails.
And rabbits.
And we've got the bonus of an added bunny.
And we've got rabbits and no air gun that works.
I'm afraid of tiny spaces. How could you leave me here too high? I can't tell the difference in their faces. Monsters come in different shapes and sizes.
Twenty 2024 is proving to be a great year for trees, and the wet spring has meant that our woodland is growing well. Whilst maintaining it isn't an absolute necessity, we find occasional work means that we can enjoy it even more, and it's something that Fraser really enjoys doing.
So tomorrow I'm hoping to get that area looking like this bit, where you can just walk through freely without getting a twig in your eye, or so there's more light on the ground, because me and Taylor, when we did this, it looked so good. It's become a new favourite area now.
Yeah, they love it.
And you get the difference of trees, because you get the coppice trees that come out, and you get the tall alders that come out. You can just really raise them to nothing. They're just Italian alders. They're not a great wood. And then you really can see the oak trees that you've got, you know, something usable later on, you know, in 50, 100 years time, something that can be used.
It really closes in here, doesn't it, actually?
Here, it's just a mass of trees. Because we've only got 4.5 acres of land, we've got to make the most of what we've got. And if we can work that way, as well as that way, unlike...
Albie's getting ants on his hands.
Oh, you're in the ant's nest, Albie. That's a big ant's nest. Oh, come on, boy. You're getting covered in ants. You want me to carry it? I'll carry you in a minute. Right, okay, good boy. Come to Daddy. Pick you up, Albie. Albie, cuddle.
Can you pick me up too?
No, no, not right now. This is what I love doing. This isn't hard work, it's not boring, it keeps my mind a bit busy, so I'm not thinking about things that I should be doing. I don't play video games, I don't go and watch the football. This is what I do.
Say no, I'm not like you, I don't think that you get it. You should go and get out and make you regret it. Someone like you should worry about. Maybe your two's upside down. And I'm not like you, I don't think that you get it.
So when the kids come out, when I've done something like this, their little world has changed. The trees are so much bigger, there's so much more space, and they love it.
You don't need to impress the ones you hate, that's so up. Cause everything you own just ends up owning you. So dear society, you suck. Say no, I'm not like you, I don't think that you get it. You should go and get out, I'll make you regret it. Someone like you should worry about. Maybe it's you who's upside down. And I'm not like you, I don't think that you get it.
So before someone says, oh, it's nesting season, and you know, no nests in this bit. There was some old pigeon nests that were quite up high in the in some of the alders that you could see, but there's no small stuff. So there was no trees here. All these trees I planted, and I think I've got to remember that, where we've been and where we are now, because you can forget, you can get tied down in all the stuff that you've got to do rather than look back at the stuff that you've just done. And I'm a real pain for doing that, really, because I set myself far too much to do, and then I'm only disappointed when it's not all done.